Welcome to the channel. Building overseas doesn't have to be a nightmare. My goal is to help you make that dream a reality. Expect weekly tips on the process of building that dream home and the lifestyle it brings. So check out my videos, subscribe, and share. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Sunday. We had to move it from yesterday, which was Christmas Day. So happy belated Christmas to some of you, and happy holidays to the rest. Anyway, um, I hope all is well with you guys. I'm gonna make this a quick one today. Um, so let me know if you can hear me with the sound and everything, then I'll increase it. Okay, so we're gonna talk about building, land stuff, land prices, and sometimes these topics are driven by conversations I have with people, interesting conversations, and we'll take it from there. Okay, so please check in. Let me know where you are, who's watching, who's listening, and then I always appreciate your comment and questions, and we'll take it from there. Okay, land prices. So if I can get a feedback on the sound, that would be great. Land prices, like you guys always know, in Ghana is all over the place, depending on where you are, region-wise, and also the purpose for the land is going to determine the cost that you should be paying. And I think sometimes people, you may know that or you may not know that. So, like for example, if you are getting the house or the land for commercial or residential property is different from if you are using it for farming or anything like that. The agreement and the lease duration is different. Okay. And so, thank you, Ryan. Thank you. Let me know if the sound is good. All right. So then it's kind of like is obviously Accra proper they call it. Seems to be the highest in terms of prices for land, and the second part will be southern part in Kumasi will be the highest for that. Okay, so now we take it to why land prices are quite expensive. So obviously, like in the big city, you tend to have sun is good. Thank you for the feedback. You tend to have this as a because obviously they're looking at it from it is the capital, is a business center. Yeah, so most of the companies over there and stuff like that. So they charge for that, and sometimes maybe infrastructure is more available in most African cities than rural areas. Okay, so you're paying for that kind of land, and it can go from I mean, a crop proper is hard to even get a land for 10,000, right? uh, which which now is like it will be something like uh, uh, a gift, as crazy as it may sound. So Accra is going to be the most expensive. Another thing you have to look at too, Accra is also going to be the most expensive for registration compared to, as far as we know, any part of the country. So not only you pay high prices, you also paying more for registrations. Okay, so these are some of the reasons. And another thing I want you to factor in too is what is the purpose of the land? So what are you buying? What are the reasons for the land? Are you buying it for residential to be able to live there? Are you buying it for commercial aspect? To open some businesses or investment. Investment in the sense of maybe you are buying the land and you're going to hold it for a few years, and as land prices double or triple sometimes in less than in about a year or two, then you want to sell it, right? So these are, excuse me, these are very important. These are very important for you to understand why you are buying the land, because based on what it is the land is going to be allocated for, is going to, from my perspective, is going to maybe deal with um, the pricing and stuff like that. So for me, the way I look at it is, if it's for residential, I don't want to pay the highest price. If it's for commercial reasons, then I could pay the higher price, or I will pay the higher price for land in a specific area. But if it's just for residential, then I'm not. And I'll break it down the reason why I don't think it's best to spend all your money for this ideal location to live. And then also, what are some of the consequences to that? So look at what is it that you want the land for. If it's commercial applications, then what is the budget? How much are you willing? And once you establish that business, are you going to recuperate some of the money back? Right? If it's for investment, I've seen people do that. They'll buy the land. They'll take some money from the stock market. They'll buy land somewhere in an area and then sell it a couple of years as the price double or triple. So people do that. So they don't really care about paying the initial cost as well. Stuff like that. So now the question becomes: should you pay high cost for residential purpose land? So you want to live at a specific location, but the prices are outrageous, which could to some people even 10,000 is outrageous. 15, 20. I've seen people paying $50,000 for land in specific areas or more in Ghana. And the question that usually happens is, if let's say you bought a land 50K because you wanted to be in a specific area, can you go outside, get a land for 10K, take the $40,000, and then maybe bring some amenities in your residence? So then you feel like you don't have to go out to town all the time, because I think sometimes um, can you duplicate some of the environment, right? That you patronize, because that is what is costing you to pay large sums of money for the land. Can you bring that home? And some you can, some you can't, you cannot. So the only two challenges that I see of benefit of maybe living closer to a specific area, so you're paying the high prices, are maybe if there's a hospital emergency care, and or somebody in the family has some special needs medically, and maybe the specialized hospital or clinic is 10, 15 minutes away compared to an hour and a half, right? That kind of stuff. That'd be more justifiable. Or maybe you're gonna be running a specific commercial business, and you want to be close by, so that lets you allow you to commute back and forth. But if it's just like, oh, I want to be close to the city so I can go out and have a good time, I don't think that is really um, good to put all the money, unless you're a socialite for life. Because even after going out for some time, that self will wear off, right? So that'll be the only reasons. Okay, what are fair prices for land in Ghana? So I have been asking some of the land dealers, some land sellers, and I was asking them, so why are you guys charging this crazy amount of prices for the land? And basically, from their aspect, they are saying, well, because you diasporans are buying them. So it's kind of like one of those things. I think that somebody buys them, and then that encourages the behavior of just jacking up the prices. But for me, I know, even when I'm looking for residential land, there's certain amount that I will never pay. And I don't care what neighborhood it is, I will never pay for that price, because I couldn't justify that. And for real estate, maybe I might want to pay for that amount, because I know, okay, if I get this central location and create his business, then it's gonna be right. But just to live, no, I wouldn't pay um I wouldn't pay 40, 50, 60, $70,000 a plot that people are paying, right? I don't see the benefit of doing that because I can take the money and create something, take the money and build a pool or something or some outdoor living amenities that I can enjoy and stuff like that than just to be in this area. Another thing too is coming up is this. We have a situation in which some people, not all of people, let's say they buy the land for 50K, right? They buy the land for 50K because everybody said this is the hardest place to be in. So they pay 50K, but then their whole money was wrapped up into the land acquisition. So now they don't have the money, or they don't have enough money to actually build their project. Um, they don't have that, and so you see that as well, right? Give a few shout out, Ibrahim. Thank you. Eve, thanks for joining us. Hajia, thank you. I hope all is well. Um, stuff like that. So we have that in which you see that happening though. So that what happens is basically, let's say, that's all their whole savings, 50 grand, or they took some money out, or they took some money from the investment portfolio, retirement, whatever, and they bought this land because that is their hardest location, whatever. And now it's like the plot of land sits the whole time because you don't have 15, 20 grand to do your foundation and start your house. And you have that. So then in each year, so think about, you pay all this money, and so every year you're gonna pay more for things. Period. And so you have that aspect going on. So I always, when people consult with us, we just tell them, listen, it's like even if you can afford it, even if your money is deep, your pocket is deep, and you can afford this price of this land, like why would you want to do that when you can go 3 miles outside, pay half the price, take that money, put it into your project, and stuff like that? Because at the end of the day, it's not really going to be super super big deal when you go few miles outside the location. And so and so it's like the fair, like I've said this, there's 50, 60, 70, 80,000, 40, even some of these 30,000 prices for a plot. To me, none of them is ever worth it, and I'll continue to say that because I don't see the justifications to for land prices like that. We Accra is getting so expensive. To some areas, Accra is even more expensive for land acquisition than some part of the US and even UK, right? And so, but then what do you get out of it? So understand, what is it that you want the land for? Do you want it for commercial? I will pay a little bit more for commercial, for specific location for commercial reasons. If it's investment, maybe okay, you pay the land 20 grand for a plot, and then 2 years that location is growing, so maybe you can sell it for double the price. Okay, that's another move. That happens in specific locations, though, not every location. So you have to pick a location right. So you can do that because I know the East Legon place is like the price have jumped within a year, doubled, right, and doubled to tripled um, to some areas. And so you have to really factor, because at the end of the day, the goal is what? If it's residential, you buy this land, hopefully it doesn't take away all your money. And then within a year, for your own safety, even if the land is registered, within a year you want to get something going on. Um, and you can even start a foundation and take a little bit break and that kind of stuff. But you will do something on the land very, very quickly, and stuff like that. All right, let me give a few shout out to Gisha. I hope all is well. Good to hear from you. Leslie, thank you for joining us. Um, Merry Christmas to you guys and happy holidays to some of you. Okay, let me take this question here. Comment. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So Bree, um, I have a friend who has so Tagisha reach out to me. I'll link you up to one of my friends. He bought a couple of acres, I think last year in a Bree, that area, and so I can link you with him, and then you guys can just figure it out to see the price and is going to work for you. His price is, I would say, on a reasonable side, but also sometimes to how far do you want to go and stuff like that. So I can hook you up. Okay. So reasonable. So it's almost kind of like in Accra. Literally, it's like if you get anything from zero to $5,000, it's like fair. You know, when I left Ghana, I mean, many years ago, I don't even think any land was worth even $1,000 a plot. So it's just one of those things. And then obviously Cape Coast is cheaper, Eastern region is cheaper, and then the rest of the country is cheaper. But don't be afraid to negotiate. Negotiate. It's like you gotta really negotiate. They give you the price, chop it in half, and start from there. Negotiate stuff like that. So, and sometimes too, when you bring cash right away, it strengthen your negotiation skills because, and that is how we do it. We don't want to do a payment plan. We say, okay, listen, we can get you cash. Ace, everything is good. We can get you cash, and then, but this is what we wanted for this price. After we've done all our investigations and research to make sure everything is legit, then that will work because from my experience, we've brought cash to literally knock off 30-40% of their sales, right? Um, to be a starter home, yes, yes. The thing with the land thing is like it never really gets cheaper. It only gets a little bit more expensive. Excuse me, let me get some food. And so at a certain point, you want to get into it. You want to get in, and then start right away. And I'm an advocate now. I said layout oversize, layout oversize, because everybody that I know that have built 6,000 square feet, 7,000 square feet, the conversation is listen. We are not going to do it again. We are not going to do it again because it was not necessary. So I'm sticking with that. I'm actually asking people that have those homes, those size. So I'm not asking people who are building two-bedroom about whether they will do a big project or not. And I fit in that category. And I'll tell you, it's like layout over size, layout, quality layout, and be efficient. And so when you finish this house, you enjoy the house, you have money, you can spend, you can enjoy. That's what it is about. You live in a big mansion, no money. You know, it sucks. It sucks that way. And so it's layout oversized, and some floor plans when we do consultation, some layout is more efficient. And if it's more efficient, that means it's going to cost less because you're maximizing the space. And so there's a real knowledge. There's a real knowledge to that. Okay. So is Dodowa better location for residential and commercial? So Dodowa. I think people in Accra, per se, people are getting Dodowa will be kind of like the asket, like the really asket of that part of Accra, right? Like eastern part of Accra. And so it's like people are moving down there. It's like from Oyarifa that end, uh going to Dodowa. The thing about Dodowa, so Dodowa too also, you're not really super far, but also give you access close to Eastern region as well. Now for commercial investment, depends what you're gonna do. I think in the next 10 years, Dodowa, which right now there's a lot of land in Dodowa, you still have to be careful because there's some land litigation going over there as well. So, but I think like eventually it's going to become the city. It's going to become just like Yarifa is becoming and stuff like that. So then what commercial real estate is about you strategically placing yourself and to predict, how quickly development is going to come in there, what kind of business venture that you are going to put over there, because obviously you're going to invest money and you want to be making money right away. You don't want to start something and then wait 5 years, right? Before you start getting some profits. And so, yeah, so depending on what it is, and they don't want to be on the quiet side, not too busy, and stuff. So depending on your lifestyle, what you want, that would be like I think say the aspect of Accra, the father side, right? Everything else will come in. Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. I'm gonna tell you this. I can. You see, I think I don't think I've even made a statement, Leslie. Thanks for bringing the voter region. Which I'm telling you, the voter region side, that direction, it has incredible landscape, right? Especially if you are closer to the Volta Lake. Um, and it's like, yeah, some incredible side. That is still cheaper. Yes, it's creeping up though. Once you pass Pampram, that going that direction, yeah, it's that one also creeping up. And so I think sometimes the challenge is the medium, right? I want to be kind of like in the city, not so much in the city. I don't want to be too far away. In a perfect world, I think most people will have a getaway house, right, which is like an hour and a half, 2 hours away from the Accra inside. Um, and then you have something like with the city. I think people can do that. And maybe sometimes instead of you building this mega mansion, you could do just a reasonable home in a city and then get a getaway 3 bedroom bungalow style outside the city, and then basically have the best of both worlds. I know people that are entertaining the idea, but at the end of the day, it's like, what is it? It's personal. This land acquisition for residential, but it's very personal. No amount of video on YouTube can tell you anything about that. It's just and your needs today might change, right? You are younger now, you are hip, you want the nightlife, you want to be in the middle of something, but maybe 10, 15 years from now, you want quiet, you want peace. And so it's just you have to look at this thing, uh, you know, long term. Right? Like, subscribe, share the videos. Thank you very much. I appreciate it so we can get the message out there. So people can take whatever is useful to you. Okay. Yes. So that's a negotiation tip. That you can employ. I'm always weary of that payment thing, because we've seen this before. Let's say you negotiate $5,000, right, for a piece of property, and let's say you buying one. Let's say one. You are doing a monthly installment, and then somebody comes over there to the landowner and says, "Listen, I want to buy 2 acres." But then your plot happens to be right adjacent, and they want your plot. The person bringing that money, usually some landowners will just sell everything to them and then try to reimburse you or push you out. I've seen this. I've seen this in Pram Pram, when the person had lakefront. I've seen this 3 times in Pram Pram. Um, One is a Ghanaian, two an African American sister, and one African American brother in the state. Yeah. Um, which what happened was they won the lake access, and then but they were doing the payment plan agreement with the owner, and then somebody came and bought that whole side, and then they went through back and forth, and stuff like that. So eventually, I mean, I gave him some input. He still lost the front aspect, but he got the land, much bigger land, not far away, and that kind of stuff. So always negotiate to bring your cash and do payouts, and then bring it down. Okay. Um, yes. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. I hope that's helpful. And the thing too, I want people to know is this. Um, so okay, so there's 3 messages. going to Africa, right? There's the one is come to Africa, come to Africa. Then there's one group says don't go to Africa, don't go to Africa. And then personally, me, I'm saying go to Africa for vacation, explore, reconnecting, gain whatever you want to gain out of it. Look at it from an investment opportunity. Only move there when you are prepared. So that is why I come in. I say move there when you're prepared. Visit, great, have fun. You can have a great time when you go. Nice culture, nice food. People are nice. So do all that. Reconnect with your ancestors. Great. Do all that stuff. But in terms of moving, what I'm saying is that prepare a little bit, so that when you move there, you can thrive, and succeed. And so when you help another brother or sister, you can be a roadmap. Say, I'm here and I'm thriving and stuff like that. Other than that, when you go over there, you are going to struggle. Um, and I don't like people moving and coming back. I really, I think it's not a good look. So that's why I fit. So when we come to consultation, yes, we do real estate in Ghana. The consultation is just to assess to you financially if it's feasible for you. The consultation is not for me to build you your house. That's not the consultation. The consultation is for me to educate you and get some information and see what your goal is, what are you trying to do, and if you are ready to buy land, we can work with that. If you are ready to build, then we can help you. So but at least we are going to gauge. And if you're trying to build this crazy 6 bedroom, 7,000 square feet, and then I'll start throwing some numbers. And I will show you document of how much I've paid for that house. So you can see it and then say, do you have this money to put on this building? And if you do, is that a wise thing to do? Why don't you just look at certain plans that I'll send you and say, listen, it's nice. You still get the same number of bedrooms, but you are going to save $7,500,000 cheaper, right? That is what a consultation is. So it's not a consultation, it's like, I need to build your house. No, it's not that. If you are ready to do it, we do it. If you're not ready, we tell you, listen, come back a year, save more, and then we're going to reevaluate. Okay? So I want you to succeed. That is my wish. Succeed, succeed, succeed. If you succeed, I will succeed. Period. Okay? I don't want you to fail. So go succeed. And if I can help you, I will help you so you can go win. Just go win. That is the greatest gift you can give me is to win. For you to know that okay, um, maybe I had said something, and then you know maybe we talked and one input, and then maybe to you they help you, and then you pass it forward, and then you also help the next person. That is why I do these things. Okay, all right. Um, yeah, yeah, and so and one of the things I want the aspirants to understand is this: um, in the West, you there's a have to, right? So you do everything. Like when I'm here, there's so many have tos. When I go to Ghana, my have tos is about 1% because I can outsource everything. So I only go to places that I need to be there, right? And so I don't go to the market because I don't need to be at the market, right? And so I don't need to be cooking. So I don't cook when I'm down there. I don't need to take up the vehicle. Don't need to. I don't need to go to places that I don't want to. I'm just going to places for business opportunities, you know, networking with certain people or going out and have a great time. So these are the things that I do or meet a family member or something like that. So those are the things. So the healthcare I think is the most important of all this, right? Which is and establish some relationship with some quality doctors. It comes in handy. If anything, you can pick a call and so do that. Do that in that part of the world. Network is very very important. So do that. The shopping is great, but you can only go so much. You know, I'm in the state which has the largest mall in the country. Listen, I can stay a whole year and I'm not even there. So the malls are okay, but you're not gonna go there every week. You know, it's not even every month per se. So I would say healthcare first, and then the other things. The other amenities you can create. So my goal for this second house is to I'm trying to do something unprecedented. I'm really challenging myself to create something, and I'm spending a lot of time. You know, so the inspiration is coming from all parts of the world to create a residence that is close to perfection as it is to have everything almost right. And I'm trying to do that on one plot. And so because what I'm trying to say that you can bring all these amenities that you can actually, you know, you can enjoy the house and have people come over and still, you know, enjoy. It will be cheaper than, you know, when you're out, and at least you have everything at your disposal. So healthcare first, shopping. You shouldn't move. Like I wouldn't say buy land, pay more because you're gonna go shopping. No, I mean because you're not gonna do it every day. You know, you're not gonna do it every day. Okay, but it's important to factor per prime. Yeah, yeah, both. You know, yeah, I think it's a prime is a it's a good consideration. The thing you have to understand is though when so obviously I've not tested all the soil content along the coast. But some of the soil that we have looked at is very, very salty because at one point there were certain areas of Prampam that it was used for soil deposit, right? So anytime that you're buying something from there, you actually want to test the soil because that's going to change what you're going to build. If you're on the coast, so that kind of stuff. So you have to factor that in. But yeah, yeah, I mean, Pram is an up and coming area. You just have to figure what business aspect are you going to do? How much money you're going to put into it? How much can you charge back and make your money back? So the thing though, like having business in Ghana, I can tell you this: as a business owner, you always think your services are always more, right? There's more value in that for the price. But also, you also have to look at economic situation on the ground, right? Economic situation is going to dictate whether people can afford these things, right? And so you have to decide. You go to the super rich, which when I go to Ghana, I'll be considered the top 1% or top 5% because of the income disparity. And so most diasporians will be in a higher percent, right? Higher percent. And that's when you visit. Start living there, that's a whole different thing when you visit. And so that business, you have to figure what is the market. Are you going for a business that the average person can patronize? Or are you going to have a business that you want people with a middle upper income to the upper income to the rich people can afford these things? So you have to really really look at that. Okay. Um, you say come stay. Yeah, so this thing, and I feel like words have meaning, and when you have the ears of people, then one has to be very very important. I will never say this. I'll never say this. Well, you don't say never. It's probably more likely for me to say I'll never say come go. Okay, I'll never say come because if I'm saying come only if the preparation to live. Come only to live if these preparations are done. Other than that, just visit. Just come and visit as much as and the authentic thing for me is this. Probably let's say the way I see it for me personally would be I'll be a floater. I'll be going in and out all the time, um, in and out. I think that is how I'm gonna play it. And I don't want to live there permanently um, unless a lot of things must go really, really wrong, you know, in my life. but I will spend a lot of time over there, back and forth. And so that's the thing, but just run over there and your life is going to change. That is really not always true. Okay. And so like I said, it's important. You have to take question everything, right? Evaluate everything. I said everybody should be vetted. I don't care who it is. If anybody's on the public, vet them. Do what you got to do. You want to run a background check, run a background check. Vet people and stuff like that. And then the lifestyle they claim, they must prove it to you that they actually live it, right? And stuff like that. So it's just preparation. Don't move, don't move, don't move because you saw a video and don't move. Visit, but don't throw your thing away and just jump. Don't do it. All right. Okay. Um, so let me see if you have any more questions. And so that's the thing. So my goal is to give you the honey and the salt. Okay, give you the salt. Ghana is wonderful. Ghana can be heaven-like, paradise-like, your wildest dreams. It can be peaceful if you are heavily, heavily prepared. And the preparation, I think. Listen, I watch some videos too. I'm still looking to see the breakdown of a total preparation because when I go to Ghana, I don't worry. There's no, I'm not worried about 99.9% of the things, right? I don't worry about that because I only move, I only go when I'm prepared. Sometimes your haters are your lovers. You never know. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm doing that. I'm doing that. And so how can you contact me, Corey? I will put in my um, okay. You can reach out to me here. That's a visit our website, and you can contact me that way. I have a phone over there, the business number, or you can send me an email to Royal Consulting Solutions at gmail.com, and then and then we'll take it from there. Okay, so you can see the ticker and then leave that if you want to contact me, and then we'll take it from there. I think yeah. So consultations is a way because I can tell you when I started the first building, nobody was on YouTube doing these things at that time. You can go check the records. There's nobody. And so you kind of like school of hard knocks, right? You learn from the street, and in the process, you figure some things you wish you had or you had known and stuff like that. So yes, and also I tap into smart people I listen. I have people that are very very dope, very very smart, knowledgeable in these areas, and you humble yourself and get the information, and you pay homage to where the information is coming from, and you take that and apply to move your life forward. So when we do this consultation, it's a lot of things, and I double check the information. So it's not like we do the consultation and say bye bye go. The consultation is actually the initiation stuff like that, and then we check in stuff like that. You can still send me questions stuff like that. And so it's not like a one thing because no matter 10 hours, you couldn't get all the information in a 10-hour sitting. So visit our website. You can book a consultation with us. There's different packages. If you are building, I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this. If you are building or attempting to build, I think you should get a building guide on our website. I think you should get it because I'm telling you, this thing is going to help you manage the project from sequence. I still see it now. I still see people chaos, building and chaos, and see the paint, the cement all over things, all over the doors, all over the railings and all this stuff. Because, and I said, because have they had those, they can know that, listen, when you want efficiency, you want the job to be very clean. So cement is nasty, POP is nasty, plastering, all those things. They get all over the windows. They get all kinds of stuff in there that makes it very difficult, right? So you have all this house, but then you have all this concrete and all this mud stuff that you have to. And then when you get rid of it, then you have to spray the burglar proof again. Save your time. It's $50, nothing. Save your time, get it, and then run it. Run your project. Hey, you talk to your builder. We do one, we do two, we do three, we do four. You run it. It's efficient. It was put together by six of us. The electrician, the plumbing, the architect, and we all sat down and said, okay, what is the best way to build efficiently? And 3 months. It took 3 months of running these things, ideas, and then we put it together. So it's for you to use. And I use that myself because building so many components, you are going to forget something. You are going to forget something, right? And so when you have a roadmap, it's easier to say, okay, hey, this when I do phase two plumbing, this is where my electrical come in. Your electric, so you don't put your electric wires in and somebody yank it out and steal. So all these things are done for you to understand because I've had it happen to people. People do $6,000 worth of wiring, 3 days, all was gone. Okay, so it's for you. It's for you to tap in. Okay, how can you control land and houses in Ghana? What is your take on? Listen, I don't care what they are telling you. The buyer runs it. In Africa, you the buyer. The buyer you runs it. I've never bought pay for anything I didn't want to pay for. And so you. It's fair to say, from my humble experience, most of the homes, the high end homes, so whether it's $1 million, a million and a half, 750,000, 500,000, I can take that money and execute something much more flawless, something more beautiful. And some instances, once the money start hitting $1 million and plus, I can take that $1 million plus and build two and get the best architect in the country to give me a nice, awesome design and put a team together. I'll be in Ghana and execute that. So some of these home prices are double, triple, quadruple prices they're charging people. But you wouldn't know that. You really wouldn't. And they'll throw in like it's in this location, blah, 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 blah. No, but still the house prices is double. It still doesn't warrant the prices to be double. So you call the shot, right? You call the shot and you pay for what you want to pay. But unfortunately, what it is, like some people go in there and they tell them this stuff and then they come out with the money. So I wouldn't, I mean, I wouldn't pay some of this money they're asking for the price of land or even houses. I wouldn't do it because once they open the door to these houses, it's bland. Nothing. It's only inspiring. There's nothing that you want to walk into a house, especially if you're going to be paying hundreds of thousands of dollars or $1 million. You want to walk in there and be like, wow, is that how you see it? Oh, you don't. You've probably seen it before. And I've seen a lot of homes. I'm always looking at homes 24 hours, right? Trying to get inspiration. So you control it. Just because they say they're saying the plot 30,000, doesn't mean you gotta pay 30,000, and walk. I walk all the time, right? So we have to do that. And the more people we get with this mindset, the more we can bring the prices down because they will charge whatever they want to charge. But if we're not paying, it will come down. And that is why a lot of these homes, rental properties are sitting out there because they can't afford it. You have prices that's eliminating 95% of the population now. The 5% that can do it, some of us are building. Some of us don't want to live in the location. Some of you don't think it's worth it. Some of people already have their home. So you got a small 1 or 2% that you're trying to reach. Okay. So if we can have that mindset, we can really control the prices. I think the prices are too much. Um, what do we provide for our website? So we obviously we have the consultation. We can go into land acquisition, how to protect that. When I mean protect, you get advice on protect it, not just legally, will it, how to also protect it when you do your will in the US. There's all kinds of stuff I don't talk publicly. It's very, very important. Um, most people think like I bought a land, I don't have any property, so I shouldn't put it in my will. No, the moment you pay for that land, you get a document, you will everything. Even if you have a car, put it in. You will everything. And then so we talk about that aspect. Now we talk about the building system, how to what to expect, the cost of things, the blueprint, what is efficient, what is not efficient. Why pay $100,000 more when you can do 50 and get something more better and simple and more elegant? So it's and also understanding the mindset, what the expectation is. What you have to deal with when you move to Ghana, the business challenges, how you going to overcome them, and stuff like that. How you going to protect yourself financially, right? Financially, and to the extent that we also talk about physically, how you're going to protect yourself. Aspects. So we cover a lot of range, and the whole goal is what for you to attain. Listen, go to Africa and become a multimillionaire, billionaire. That's what I want. Don't go there and be selling mangoes. Okay, unless you become the best mango distributor for the world, and that's great. Then go for it. Okay, Nana Dreams. Thank you for joining us. Yeah. So that's the thing, right? So let's the guys friends. If y'all can get on the page and decide, listen, these land prices are ridiculous. We're not gonna pay for this. It's gonna come down. They overpriced. Listen, they overpriced because uh, I've seen some houses that they're charging double, and I know for a fact. I say, listen, my house in Kaswa is much better, and there's no way they could charge double for that. Nah, there's no way. All right. So get what you pay for. So it's not how much you pay for things, it's what you get in return. Always return on investment. So I will pay for something more that I see the quality is there. I will access a service that I think the quality is there. I'm not gonna pay for cheap, anything cheap, if it's not quality. I'm not gonna pay, I'm not even gonna take free advice if it's not in quality, right? And so I always tell people as you paying for more, then you trying to get more, out of the situations. Okay, and so that is where you should look at it. But don't don't listen to the music all the time about okay, because it's in this location and that kind of stuff. Because it's like there are some average looking homes at some of these tier one locations too. They now don't look glamorous. Okay, not all of them do. Okay, thank you. We'll be expecting you. Yeah, so we can work on that. We can do some soil samples and then um and there's a way even the one that we looked at in prom. There's a couple of things that I suggested to the sister. I said, listen, that doesn't mean you can't build. I mean, there's rigs in the ocean. People build oil rigs in the ocean. So there's a way to do it. But I told them, listen, I think the people you are going to use, they've never seen that before. So I don't think they could duplicate it for you. So I told the sister, I said, listen, go save a little bit more, come back a year, and then if you want us to handle it, we can show you how we can deal with building with salty. sand, and stuff like that. So it's about the knowledge and application to navigate. The thing is that everybody is a contractor in Ghana, and people are building. They build the same way in the sand. They build the same way in the rocks. They build the same way in the waterlogged place. They do the same way in this, and so you have that. Um, and in the end, I listen. I get videos of heartbreaking videos, people that have built their homes, and only to find out that the contractor uh, didn't advise them properly, didn't do the right thing, and people really don't even want to go back and stay in the house. Okay, even that. So even that. Yeah, so I know you might maybe you're talking about the prices. The go to Trazaco, go to Trazaco, see the road in front. Oh man, it's one of the worst roads. Literally it took me, and I'm using SUV. It took me maybe 3 minutes to cover a distance of about a block and a half. It took me about 3 minutes because the road is bad. So sometimes what happens is, the gated community would, they'll do the tar road and stuff like that. But the key thing becomes maintenance. And so sometimes it's not written well between the HO fees. Sometimes people don't want to pay them. So it's tricky. But I also think too is, um, you have to really come to understand it. What is it that you want? Because there's some gated communities I don't even want to live in, because it's still like segregated, right? Or you want a community that is in a gated community, right? There's a difference. There's a gated community, and then there's a community within a gated community. I want a community within a gated community, right? And so and some of the gated communities, I wouldn't want to live there because of the kind of people that are living there. I just don't want to be over there. So you have to decide. Maybe the amenities are nice and all that kinds of stuff. Um, but the prices that people are asking, I think, is even for gated tar road, whatever that's supposed to mean, and all that stuff. I think it's high. It's really really high. It depends, but I would say when I go to Ghana, look at some real estate. When I went the last trip, there's a couple that I saw, and I went to them. I checked out their properties in Achimota and Weja and East Legon, and I told them, I said, "Listen, I think you guys got the price right, right? The East Legon house was the highest, which was $500,000, and then the prices start from, I believe, 175 in different locations." And I said, your prices are right, and stuff like that. But most of people are just, it's all over the place. It's everybody's just naming whatever. Well, no, so it depends too. Like, so if you haven't, and that's a good question, if it's a medium house build or quality build. So I want them to make profit. They should make profit. So I can say they could go. Um, Sometimes here's the thing. They're not tracking things well. But assuming like here how they do it with contract and then the price of everything and labor and all that stuff, then here, people are getting, 25, 30% markup, right? And so, but I've seen situations like they're going like double, triple what the house is worth for. Like this house is not 250. I just can tell it's not 250. This house is probably about 150. It's about 150. So they are doubling. They now there's not a method to the charge. It's just like saying just add this, right? So it is pretty high. But I want them to make profit. I think they're making 20, 30%. Um, if now if it's like sky house, penthouse somewhere and stuff like that, yeah, I mean has its value, but most of the houses that I'm looking on YouTube and is just too much. right? Yeah, it comes down to the overprice. So just that. And I've seen some that said, okay, all right, you know, you know, it has some wild factors. Looks now, location is okay, surrounding area is okay, the company is okay, because I'm looking at the things holistically. I say, okay, I'll pay for this, I'll pay for that. Oh, it's not where look at the wires hanging out, cheap cabinet, cheap flooring, tiles, doesn't flow well, symmetric is off, right? So I look at all those things when I'm looking at homes. Very critical of these things. Okay, the bedroom could have been over here. The powder room is too close to the kitchen, or close to the dining room. You don't want somebody eating, somebody's using the toilet. So I pick up with those things, and that kind of stuff. But I can say most of them, I would say overwhelming of them are like really overpriced. Okay, all right. Like, subscribe, share. Let me know how I can help you so you can also live your dream and you can do well. And because I believe life is awesome. It's awesome and it's meant to be lived. The best life meant to be lived, and it's about preparation. And hopefully, you don't live your life through somebody else. Go live your own life. You were born authentic. Don't become a carbon copy of somebody else. So just go live it. And you can do it if you take your time and get some guidance and be smart. You can you can and I'm gonna push the envelope and I'm gonna push people. I'm the one that is saying that listen, maybe let's do a little bit more than our fathers did. Okay, maybe our fathers left us a house. We what does Tony say? Tony's saying, listen, okay, one kid per one home. So that's a challenge, right? So maybe if you want to have 5 kids, 5 properties, right? So we're challenging. So it's okay. You can do it. You can do it. You just gotta be smart. So on the website we have the blueprint side. So the blueprint side is we are affiliated with this company. We have 30,000 plans over there. So there should be something in there. And they also do modifications. So this is something I don't control. I make zero money from there, by the way, disclosure. It's just I feel like they can bring that value, to people, and they can do that. They have another guy who's in another country. They do the landscaping, so they do the landscaping, trees but that is more like external. So once you have the blueprint of the house, then he will take it, and then you can tell them what you want. You want a pool, you want a rooftop, you want this, and then he can just give you the exterior landscape. I think those, and I'll work with them with a good price. 3Ds can be very expensive, but it's cheaper. I mean, he's charging like 30% of the cost. Okay, so it's very cheap. Um, and so that aspect is very good because visually, I'm telling you, I don't care who you are not gonna be able to sort out everything. You cannot be interior designer wizard, engineer wizard. You cannot be landscape. You're gonna be lacking some deficiency, and so you got to have some people give something. And the elegant houses, right? This is how you're gonna separate yourself. Pay this little bit of money, $100, $200 here and there, and even if you get a visual and you duplicate it even to 50% in Africa, it will be much better than most of the stuff. Okay, because what is the rule now? Everybody is concreting the whole landscape because it's easier to do it, but also it's different. It's like it looks more like apartment than a house. So you want trees, you want landscape, you want plants, you want big trees, small trees, you want fruit. If you want a pool, you want to do a pool. So it's about you getting the idea, right? The idea, because if you are interior designer expert, you're gonna lack something else. So for me, I go and tap in. I tap in with the most creative people and I say, listen, even paint, what do you think? So what paints? What does it evoke? I want to come home and then I feel this way. So give me options. Okay, do this, do this, wall accent, do this. And so you got to tap into that kind of stuff. So So it's a two separate things. There's a blueprint aspect. They can do modifications. Sometimes we tell, depending on the modification, sometimes we be like, no, don't do the modification because let's say they want to charge you another $800 or 1,000 for the modification. So okay, um, this modification is not that extreme. We can do it on the ground. So we just have to make notes and get everything detailed. So okay, all right. It says, it's 3 bedroom, but we're gonna open up and put another bedroom, yeah, that kind of stuff. We can do that. Not all of them. Some of them we can do that. So those that we can do, I wouldn't suggest go pay more money for that. The only thing is gonna cost you more would be extra materials and labor, but it's not gonna cost you more per se because we added like 1 bedroom per se. Okay, you're just gonna pay for the material and stuff like that. But it would have come more for the modification plus the other thing. So sometimes instead of don't worry about it, we're gonna jot it down as we're doing the foundation. We're gonna open up, we're gonna take walls if we need to. We're gonna do that on the ground as well. So they're two separate things. But I think unless you actually have a good look for the landscape and stuff like that, which sometimes I'll be honest with you, you can take pictures of landscapes, right? Landscape stuff like that, and use it as your visual. It's free. Okay, so it's about being efficient. I'm not going to tell you to pay for something that I think the value is not there because I don't do that. Okay, but if you want to tie everything in, so you know where the pool is going to be, whether the guest house is going to be, where the rooftop is going to look, the house, the front entrances, then you're going to go to somebody, architectural landscaper to do like a 3D model and stuff like that. All right, I hope that helps. Okay, everyone, thank you. We're gonna wrap this thing up. Yeah, listen, thank you for joining me. So take everything, take what you need, understand where I'm coming from. I want you to succeed. We black people have been catching hell. There's no reason why we are not also living super well and enjoying the quality of life and have the best things life has to offer. So that's why I don't believe like poverty is tied to blackness. I don't believe that, we should be the beggars of the world. I don't believe none of that stuff. Okay. I believe in black excellence. Excellence. No excuses. Excellence. So when I go to Ghana, I have a blast. I live my dream life because I wouldn't do it any other way. Okay. And so we want you to be smart and that's for you. Now, if you don't want that and you can live in a bush somewhere and call it happiness, you and the mosquitoes and the flies, that's fine. But we we think there's a little bit more. Okay. All right. Thank you. Appreciate every one of you. Have a great day. And next year is coming, so plan. Right? Regroup and hit it hard. A year from now, you want to have made progress. Make progress. For your Africa trip, for your Africa investment, or for your Africa visit. So don't just sometimes you have to unplug from the YouTube and sit down and plan. It's okay. How am I going to get from A to B? And find somebody um that can help you, and that's all it is, right? Because if if we are going to change Africa, right? If we are going to change Africa, we have to restore black dignity. You have to restore the black respect. If we're gonna do it, because if Africa get no respect, black people all over the world will never get respect, right? Chinese people get respect because China is respected. So if we are going to do that, then some of us will need to push the envelope. We want to do incredible things. We can't accept mediocre. We can't accept something that's substandard. Some of us are going to push it because the more of us are going to do it, then when we need to come together, listen, no politician can bribe me in Ghana. They can't. They can't do anything for me. They can't give me anything I cannot have on my own, right? So when we're on the page, it is easier for us to go and do it. They can't give me a house. They can't give me any car. that I can't buy for myself, right? So the point is for all of us to get there, or most of us to get there. So then when we sit down, we want to do something, everybody's good. You got your money, you got your spirit listening. So now we're gonna do something for the people, right? And so that is all I'm about. So I am going to be pushing because I'm pushing myself. So I'm gonna be pushing. Say, no, we're not gonna set the bar. We want black excellence. And we're great. So we have to live by that. Okay. Thank you, everyone. It went a little bit long. I appreciate you taking the time to spend with me. You know how you can reach me, and then we'll take it from there. Okay. I wish you good luck, good success to the next year. May your wildest dream come true. Be strong. Um, Listen, you may be down, but just get up one more. Okay, and let's go win. All right, thanks.